All right, let's dive right in. Today we're talking about a mindset that's all about shattering your limits. It's a philosophy of strength, one that's really forged in struggle, and it's inspired by that relentless, never give up spirit you see in anime.
So where does it all start? It's not with some fake positivity or telling yourself, everything's fine. Nope. It starts right here, with this raw, painful, and just brutally honest admission. That feeling of really, truly being unhappy with where you are, that's not something to run from. That's the fuel. That's the signal flare that tells you, hey, I am ready for a real change.
And here's the thing you've got to get. This tough moment, this confrontation with yourself, it's not the end of the road. No way. It's the absolute beginning of a powerful journey. I mean, think about it. You can't get to where you're going if you don't first admit where you're standing, right? Okay, so section 1, confronting weakness. This first part, it is all about confrontation. It's about looking your own weaknesses, your fears, all those limits you set for yourself, looking them straight in the eye and just refusing to blink.
So let's start with this question. Who actually decides what your limit is? I mean, really think about that for a second. When you say, I can't, that's my limit, who's the one saying it? Is it some unbreakable law of the universe? Or is it just a story you've been telling yourself? The whole idea here is to make you realize that a lot of the time, we're the ones building our own cages.
And this really gets to the heart of it. See, there's a huge difference between defeat and surrender. Defeat, that can happen to anyone. It's what happens when you're still in the ring, still fighting, and you get knocked down. It's a setback. But surrender? Oh, that's totally different. Surrender is an internal decision. It's you choosing to stop fighting. It's you choosing to accept the cage.
So you've basically got two paths in front of you, right? And they're both made up of active choices. On one side, you've got retreat. We're talking locking yourself away, cowering in fear, running from the challenge. And on the other side, it's just relentless forward motion, pushing past your limits, enduring whatever hellish training you have to, refusing to get distracted. Every single day, you're choosing which path you're walking on.
So, let's say you choose to fight. What does that path actually look like? Well, that brings us to the core metaphor for this whole mindset, the idea of being forged, just like a sword.
Think about how a traditional sword is made. A blacksmith takes this lump of raw metal, heats it up until it's glowing hot, and then just hammers it, again and again and again. This really violent process, it isn't about destroying the metal. It's about purifying it. Every strike beats out the weaknesses, the little impurities, to create a blade that's incredibly strong, durable, and sharp. Okay, so how does that translate to us? It's a pretty clear path. Step 1, you have to acknowledge your own impurities. That means your weaknesses, your doubts, your fears. Step 2, you apply the pressure. You embrace the painful challenges, not as obstacles, but as the very tools you need to grow. And the result? That's step 3. You emerge tempered. You become resilient, focused, and pretty much unbreakable.
And this is really the core truth of this whole philosophy. No sugarcoating. You won't achieve a damned thing without suffering. See, growth doesn't happen in spite of the hard times. It happens because of them. The point isn't to find some easy way to avoid the pain. The point is to charge straight into it, because that's where real strength is made. And this whole forging process, it's not about being kinda good at everything. It's not about being a jack of all trades. It's about taking that one thing you do best, that one core skill, and honing it to absolute perfection. You find your blade, and you sharpen it until it can cut through anything.
All right, section 3. So, if the process is forging and the tool is struggle, then every hero needs a villain, right? There has to be an enemy. And the enemy in this story is subtle, it's seductive, and it's absolutely everywhere. It's comfort. You think comfort is your friend, but it's your worst enemy. And what a powerful way to look at it, right? We're all taught to seek comfort, to want an easy life. But this mindset says, no, that's a trap. Comfort is this sneaky force that's designed to make you soft, to kill your will to fight, and to just keep you mediocre.
And look at the choice when you lay it out side by side. On one hand, you have the comfort zone. It's full of endless distractions, easy living, short-term pleasures. But where does it lead? Mediocrity and weakness. And on the other hand, you have the forge. That means relentless challenges, pain, struggle. But the outcome? True growth, resilience, and strength. It's so clear that the easy, short-term stuff often comes at the cost of real, long-term power.
And these
These are the lies that the comfort zone whispers in your ear. It tells you, hey, it's okay to take the easy way out. Or you should just stay in your safe little bubble. It convinces you that just getting by is good enough. But the biggest, most dangerous lie of them all? Don't worry, you can always start tomorrow. And that lie, that idea of tomorrow, brings us to our final section, and honestly, the most critical piece of this entire mindset. It's the absolute total rejection of tomorrow. The time for action is now. It is always now.
I mean, come on. How many times have you asked yourself this? Am I motivated now? Am I really serious this time? You're waiting for that perfect mood to strike, for some magical surge of motivation to hit you. Well, guess what? Those questions are just mind games. They're delay tactics. They're just your comfort-seeking brain trying to put things off.
So what do? The instruction is simple. Shut down the mind games. Just stop. Stop negotiating with yourself. Stop waiting to feel like it. The decision to act is just that, a decision. It's not an emotion. Because here's what's really going on when you procrastinate. Saying later or tomorrow isn't just laziness. It's an active choice. It's your weaker mind choosing the easy, immediate pleasure of doing nothing over the delayed, more difficult reward of actually growing. Every time you say tomorrow, you're choosing comfort.
So the mandate, the rule, leaves absolutely zero room for excuses. You want to quit a bad habit? You do it right now. You want to build a good one? Start it right now. You want to change your life? You take the first step right now. Not an hour, not on Monday, now.
This is the declaration you have to make to yourself. It's a promise. There is no tomorrow. I am going to be consistent starting from right now. It's about slamming that escape hatch of later shut for good. You have to understand that the only time you actually have any power is right now. Consistency doesn't start tomorrow. It starts with the choice you make in this very second.
And so, that's where we land. This entire philosophy, everything we've talked about, it all boils down to one simple choice that you have to make over and over again. It's the choice between the forge and the comfort zone, between struggle and ease, between now and tomorrow. Look, everything you want, it's waiting for you on the other side of comfort. The path is there, so the only real question left is, will you choose it?